Okay. Alright, class. Let's gather together. I literally can't see myself right now, so I'm going to assume everything's okay. Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I have been excited to film this. I haven't filmed in like 2 weeks because when I film, typically, I go through a phase where I film a shit ton in the matter of like 2-3 days, and then I edit all of it, and that lasts me generally 2 weeks-ish. So it's been about a week and a half since I filmed, and I have been excited about filming this for at least 3 days. We're doing a Chatty Get Ready with me, hey! I feel like these videos are like so weird because we're like, oh yeah, I'm so excited to talk to you guys, but it's like, clearly it's completely one-sided. Like, you are giving no input whatsoever. I like to hear myself talk, apparently. My no buy has been going so-so. I've faltered a tiny bit, and it's January 21st. I am going to be doing kind of like a bare face, but yet probably a lot to my eyes because that's the makeup I like to do. And for a bit there, I was doing foundation because, I like trying makeup, I really do, and it was from an aspect of I'm like curious and I want to try it, and also just because like I do kind of want to be able to like recommend those kinds of products, but the more I was doing it a month ago to 2 months ago, within that window, my skin had a flare up. A lot of it I think was stress induced. My hormones were kind of all over the place. Like, I've been feeling very on and off, like with like illness, and it was just one of those things where I was like, I need to stop. Like, I don't even really enjoy wearing it. I enjoy it for certain very, very specific events, and other than that, I like my skin to be bare. I was just inspired by, I think it was Jay Kissa that I saw, who literally doesn't wear foundation, and her entire channel is basically built on her not wearing foundation and still just doing beautiful makeup looks. Like, she is so talented. Bought a new concealer because I actually finished a concealer, which is insane. I have not finished a concealer in ever, probably. So I purchased a new concealer today because I've been wanting to try something new, and it had to be Drugstore, and I really wanted to try the e.l.f. concealer, but they didn't have something light enough for me. And even Wet n Wild was picked out, but I found the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer in the shade Fair Beige. Okay, so I'm going to do what I always do, and I'm going to use this Wet n Wild as my eye primer because pretty much the look today is going to be doing all eyeshadow. I'm going to dab a little bit under here, and maybe if I have any redness or anything, I'm going to try it on the skin because my go-to look is always like, can I just get away with concealer? Like, I always want to be able to kind of really buff it into the skin and, you know, trying my best to like make it look like that's just my skin you see there. I'm gonna try with this. This is such a weird texture. Okay. Back when I would watch Jay Kissa videos, which I need to start watching her again. I think she's so inspiring. I follow her on Instagram because I think her stuff is so good. Oh god, this dries very fast. Oh no, I messed up. I'm just driving the struggle bus today. I really wanted to get like 5 things done, as in like 5 videos. Not actually, I think it was like 3 or 4, but. So I'm really blown out. I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. I don't think in person it looks that. It definitely has some brightening aspects, which is a little concerning for like using it down here, which I'll try super quickly with the lighting that's on. I feel like I just look like a glowing raccoon. Okay, sorry, so my battery died. So I was saying how much Jay Kissa inspires me, and so anything I say, I like, I'm probably paraphrasing from her, but alright, I'm gonna try this over here. Even though I literally never use a sponge for this, I always use my finger, but I want to try this stupid sponge. She basically, well, and this obviously makes sense, you should try and find something as close to your skin color as possible because it needs to look like it is your skin, and I think this is just a little bit too light, which is not good. I'm trying to like spread it out, but then also like pick some of it up, but the way this like sponge feels, like I literally feel like I almost feel like it's meant to like not pick it up because it has this like interesting outer coating, but I almost like I need it to to pick this up, or at least just like keep smushing it into my skin. So I actually I don't know, I like it actually for covering redness. Again, I feel like you can tell there's just like this kind of bright patch over here, but that's what we got. That's what we got to work with. So that is literally how I normally essentially would like cover my face. Just that. Just that. So I'm gonna do eyeshadow, which I'm gonna do my eyeshadow with this palette, which, oh my god, I've been like stupidly so excited about for so long. So my group of friends from Pittsburgh, we do Secret Santa, and this was my Secret Santa gift. This is so freaking cute, and every time I look in the monitor I just see white. But literally so nice. It was the Colourpop like build your own palette feature, and they built me a palette that literally had all the colors of my logo in it, which if you're watching me just on YouTube, you probably have no idea what the hell that means. No, it is not the colors of my YouTube banner. I have this image that I photoshopped that I kind of incorporated in my entire brand between my blogging, my photography, my Instagram, like design, like it's all over those. It's literally on everything but YouTube. I have yet to kind of like pull it in. I was kind of just doing something fun for YouTube. But every other place you see me, I use this like image as my like my and so they built me a palette that had all the colors of my logo in it. Like, isn't that amazing? I am on such a kick of like, I think building your own eyeshadow palettes is the smartest thing you can do financially. Just because like, sure, like it's super exciting to like purchase a palette and like get like excited and everything, but like I built a palette, I think late high school or early college, and it is no joke my favorite palette that I own. Even if I like go through phases with other palettes and like I'm excited about them, I can't give up my personal palette because it's me. It's like the colors I gravitate to the most, and like how can you say no to that? How many times have we purchased a palette just to be like, oh my god, I love this one shade. Then like you just buy that one shade and you have it. And you didn't just spend $50 to use like 3 colors. Yeah, let's go a little bit into this orange. This fire. Okay, what was I gonna talk to you about? I've been super into writing again. I have been working on like writing again, which has been great because I'm trying to like really get my blog together, because I feel like I've been saying for years that I was gonna do that, and I'm finally like focusing on it, and I'm finally loving it. Like, I don't know why I've had this domain Shelby Lynn Lives for years, and yet I like just never really like fell in love with it. Good time to buy something when you don't really love it. So you should check that out, shelbylynnlives.com. If I'm trying to post roughly a blog post a week, I might be amping that up a little bit because I am trying to kind of create, you know, like essentially a catalog of work, because there's really not a lot on there. It's been fun because it's like a whole process, like, you know, writing it, like editing it, creating work for it that like helps it look pretty. Like, it's everything I love to do, kind of just like compiled in one. Spencer and I are finally, I've been talking about this for months, I've been like saying it here and there, that we're like, oh, we're gonna make some videos together. And we're actually doing it. Our first one is coming out early February if all goes well, because we both really like making content. It's just something we've come to both really love, and we both have like our own worlds of content. Like, he does, you know, gaming and that kind of stuff and other things of that nature. So he does gaming, and obviously I do lifestyle, fashion, whatever the hell I'm feeling that week. And it normally would just end up on my channel because it like fits it more, but like even that was hitting a point where we would like, have ideas, and I'd be like, that's kind of weird, just like put that out and like, you know, whatever. So we are making a joint channel. Our shared channel linked in my, like, if you go to my homepage of my YouTube channel, I believe like to the right you will see SM and then the number 2. We've been calling it SM squared because it kind of goes back to like Spencer and I, in case you like don't know us in real life, we have literally known each other since you would have known people. So we've known each other since literally like early school age, basically, is what I'm getting at. And the funny thing is when because you had like computer class in elementary school, because they were like, computers are the future, which look at this. Look at how much you use the computer. I literally stare at computers all day long. But so in our computer class, whenever we would complete a project, our school had like a server, and the filing system would be your initial, first and last initial, and then like whatever class it was or whatever. I'm sure a lot of places have very similar filing systems. That's like what our school system did for like everything. Like we even did that in like high school. And every single time Spencer and I couldn't save our work the way that everyone else did, because we have the same initials and we have the same first and last initials. And so instead of just like, but some of the teachers would like be weird, like they didn't want you putting your middle initial in. So it's like, it was one of those things that we should have just agreed from the beginning to be like, okay, both of us put our middle initial in, but we would like talk it over every single time we had to hand something in, because one of us would put our middle initial and the other one would put our first and last. And it was such like a stupid thing, but like it was literally, we talked about it every single time we had to hand them a file, and was extra stupid about it, but like in my opinion kind of cute, is in elementary school I had the literal biggest crush on him in the world. Like one of those creepy little kid crushes that you like borderline idolize him. I thought he was the funniest person on human earth, and which, like, you know, he's still funny. No, I mean, I still think he's really funny, but I literally in elementary school would spit anything out of my mouth laughing, thinking he was the funniest kid on this planet. But he was like, and in elementary school, I'm now just telling our whole story. I had so many things I was going to talk about, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't care. And comment down below, do you like Chatty GRWMs, or are you like not into them? Because I really like them, because even though I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm just gonna talk at you and not give you a chance to say anything, I actually really like watching them, because I love like people just chatting about life while doing their makeup. I was not a cool kid in elementary school. I don't really think I was in middle school or high school either, but I think by high school I kind of helped myself a little bit. I can get into that someday. But elementary school, I was not a cool kid at all. I didn't really have that many friends. I was like the most shy human being on this planet. I was so terrified to talk to anyone. If a teacher would call on me to answer a question, I would start crying. Like, I was that kid. So, hello. No, I don't shut the fuck up. So, and Spencer was the exact opposite. He was like the class clown. Well, like him and like a couple other kids, but he was one of them. He was like class clown, you know, like he, I think, was like co-class president like one of the years. Like he was always like the one, you know, getting rambunctious, but like making everyone laugh, like even the teacher. Like he didn't really get in trouble. He just was like, you know, he was loud. He was always very like, he made a lot of jokes, like, you know, whatever. It was a very interesting time in life, and I hated every second of it. Literally, like, it was so bad. I was a very anxious child. I haven't gotten much better on that respect, but a little bit. A lot of things just got me worked up, and I would get really upset very easily, and I like wanted everything to go exactly as planned, and like it would stress me out if it didn't, and I would constantly get so anxious and worked up. I was known for the vomiting in public, because I would get myself that worked up about something that I would vomit. I was not a cool kid, I'm telling you. Like, I was infamous for getting sick the first day of school every single year. My elementary school, I was with the same 30 kids every single year. Like, we didn't have enough kids to hold 2 classes. Like, we only had 1 elementary class, and like in our area. So it's the same 30 kids I've known for, at that point, my entire life. I played sports with them. I obviously hung out with them on the playground. I went to their birthday parties, but every year, first day of school, I would vomit that morning because I was so worked up. I did not sleep the night before, guaranteed, because I would be like in tears thinking about the fact that I had to go to school tomorrow, and it would just be an anxious mess for me. It was the worst. I wanted to die. I hated it. I very much hated it. So we get the point. I wasn't cool. I think relationships are so funny, like especially in like even high school. Like what was that? What was that? Like I was even in like I was in 3, 2. I have no idea. But they were like kind of long term, and like a lot of my friends had like long-term relationships in high school, and it's just like weird. So weird. But anyway. Okay, so I kind of have this built up to where I want. It's very like pretty sunset. Very pretty. I'm gonna use a bit of, I hate myself. The Profusion palette is thebomb.com, and I basically want to use this orange shade because I don't have an orange in my eye. I don't have an orange in my eye, and I like really need one. And I just think this will like very nicely blend them together, you know? One thing I absolutely know I need to get is more brushes, but like I hate how expensive they are. So I should really just buy like a kit somewhere, but I hate how expensive they are. So I've just been not buying brushes. What do I want to do? Do I do like browns on the bottoms? Do I keep this like orangey thing going? I could do like a nice fiery red. Ooh, I was gonna do some greens, but fuck it. I'm gonna go on the bottom. Oh, I also lost my smudger brush. So remember all these videos I was like, smudger brush is my favorite. I lost it. It's gone. I just found it. Oh, I hate myself. I hate myself so much. Oh, I've been having a lot of fun with fashion lately, which is funny because I never leave my apartment. And I basically dress like a homeless person every single day. No shade to homeless people, but I might be doing you dirty. But I've been having a lot of fun with clothing, and I really need to start buying and wearing pants. I'm to the point I can barely wear leggings anymore, which is not good because I used to be able to wear leggings every single day of my life, and it's just like anything tight right now makes me want to die. It actually has the ability to make me very grumpy if I'm wearing something tight, and I hate it. I hate it all. I felt like by putting the yellow on the outside, it helped like really soften it and kind of bring it all together. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm just gonna basically mix my Colourpop palette and this Profusion palette because I just want to go for the sunset. I want to go for it. I want to go in with a purple. So I'm gonna go in a little bit with the purple. I'm probably gonna be mixing the purple and like the berry color. What's been happening in my life lately? I've been watching Project Runway, which I have such a deep love for that show. Very deep. So deep. Spencer and I have been like going through shows like crazy, so we just watched all the, and I mean all of the Star Wars movies. What's your like favorite Star Wars movie? I think mine is 6. Is that what I put? I have it written down. 6. 6 is my favorite Star Wars movie. And we ranked like the whole thing, but I'm not gonna get into that because I'm sure a lot of people don't care. I'm just doing a we're doing very sunset. We're getting very sunset. Also, I've been leaving the middle, like, do I just do a matte eye? Should I just blend this all together with an orange? Yes. Oh wait, I have an orange in my palette. Why did I not? Don't ask me questions. Ooh, this would be really fun if I had a bright sparkly orange, but I don't own that. I'm not going in with just like a straight glitter, which is what I normally do. I really want to get out of that just because I almost feel like, and again, nothing against that, I love those eyes, I like do them all the time, but it's almost become like a bit of a cop-out for me when like I don't know what to do with a look, which, hey, hint, if you ever don't know what to do with a look, like you feel like you've like done a decent job blending it and you just don't even know what to do anymore, literally just put a glitter on it. I'm just packing this kind of out onto the corner again, just so that we really get like that nice, like you can tell there's 3 different colors on my lid. I have been Miss Wanna Save the World lately. which has been the greatest and worst thing ever. We've become a very aware generation, which is incredible. Like, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm very like happy to like kind of be a part of that. What am I doing? I need some bronzer. I actually really like this Instudio Bronzer. Guys, I'm not joking. Like, it's pretty dang good, and it's 97 cents at Walmart. I don't know, my dude. Part of the generation who like wants to be more aware of that, and you know, it's just like, it's good to be good to the earth. Like, I always like felt like I was doing like a decent job. I also never felt like I had that much control over like my life until recently. Like, I've, you know, done the things you were told to do. I recycle, my family composts at home. We like we don't really like, you know, throw out too much garbage. We reuse a lot. Like, I felt like confident about what we were doing for the most part. Jeez. I know there's mixed feelings on this, but we burn our garbage that we're able to. So I know there's like mixed reactions to that. So I've just been like looking into it more, and especially now that I'm like living on my own, and now these are kind of like my choices that I have to make and start to implement into my own life. And so far we recycle, and that's about it. Like, at home, like, we had land, and so like we could do kind of whatever we wanted, and it's very different. I shouldn't say it's very different. It's different in a city, obviously, and you kind of have to like see what's in your area, see what's like offered, and often it's like through services that like you can do things like that. And in case you for some reason thought Spencer and I were living in riches up here, but absolutely not. So like, I started looking into that stuff because I was Googling. I don't even know how I got down this rabbit hole, but I got really upset, which again, you should like keep an eye on my blog, like probably just go subscribe to the newsletter, because I don't send them often, and it's just like, I like to really just have a lot of like heart-to-hearts, because that's what I do when I write. And so if you ever want to be like just joining a conversation, like seriously, you should like join my blog. I do write about this kind of stuff, and I write about it from the effect that like, I know I don't know anything. Like, I know very little. I know I'm just trying to educate myself, and it's like really intense, because like I started like reading all this stuff, and I got like upset. Like, I got stressed out, because I was like, I don't even like know where to start in terms of changing it. But it's like, it's so scary saying anything online, because people are like passionate, which is incredible, but people are crazy passionate, and then it just becomes like overwhelming, because you're like, oh my god, like I know I'm doing this wrong, but like the last thing you need is someone like screaming at you. This might be an incorrect statement, but I'm gonna just tell you my thought process is, our existence is bad for the earth, like period. Like, we destroy the earth, we create trash, and we discard it, and our existence at this point is just negative for the earth in completion. So will we ever be able to live a like completely like wholesome, not injuring life? Probably not with where we are, just because that would literally require, unless I'm incorrect, that would literally require us like going back in time and all becoming farmers, basically. And even then, like, you're still like crazy, but like, why would it? Like, we as humans have evolved to a point and created these amazing things that keep us connected, and like, why would we digress? Like, I'm getting so passionate about this. I just get really upset when people try. Like, people are trying to do something positive, and we don't know everything. You know, we learn about something and we want to implement that, but maybe we didn't know about this, or this. But the issue is, there's people who that's their passion, is this, or this, and then they're screaming at you to be like, oh, but okay, like, great that you're doing this, but you should also be doing this, and this. And it's just like so intense. And like, shouldn't we be doing everything possible to like be a better person and leave a better impact? Absolutely. Like, I am not disagreeing with that whatsoever. Like, we should be better for the planet. But we also have to keep in mind that like there are people who like can't just switch everything around today. Like, and for whatever reason, for whatever living situation, for whatever financial situation, like there is shit. Like I love to research zero waste lifestyles and, you know, things of that nature. But like it's not always the most possible and the most sustainable for an individual to do that. And it's like, again, for whatever reason that may be, it's overwhelming, and it's something that I want to start diving into. And so I do plan to blog about it because I think it's something that we should be learning about, but I also absolutely understand how overwhelming it is. Like I literally was getting like upset reading about it. And kind of the like thing that messed with me as I was reading it was, again, this, like I talk about this in my blog post, which there was a good amount of swearing in that post, not generally in that post though, just because I was getting upset because I read this fact. And I don't even know where I read this fact, but it's kind of what sent me down the spiral. I was afraid to even say the fact online because, one, I'm an idiot and I didn't fact check it, which I should. Absolutely. And so what frustrates me is after I say this, there might be people who are like, that's not real, you should read this, this, and this, and that'll prove that you're wrong. And it's like, okay, so maybe that certain fact is incorrect. Maybe. Does that mean we don't have a problem still? Okay, so whatever. I've never been a science person. Anyone who knows me in real life, I've always struggled with science. Not my thing. And I don't really ever plan on it being my thing. I just, you know, try to read into things and understand to the best of my ability. So I read that our landfills, when we are throwing shit in a landfill, they are obviously giving off gases, which I feel like that's a common understanding that these things in landfills give off gases, as you know, they like, because they're all kind of like thrown together and like certain things are attempting to decompose and whatever, and you know, like life grows, so like it gives off these gases. Everything gives off some kind of chemical gas, whatever. And it has built, essentially, if I'm describing this correctly, a gas bubble over the landfill. So like this is the landfill, there's a bunch of shit in here. Years worth of shit in here that are unable to decompose because this gas bubble is formed, because there's such a concentrated level of gases. Again, if you're really that curious, Google this yourself. Maybe you'll prove me wrong, but that still doesn't mean we don't have an issue. But according to what I read, there's this large gas bubble that has literally basically created a trap in here that everything stays within this bubble in the landfill. So now even our own food, like food that has come from this planet, cannot decompose within a landfill because like it cannot physically break down, because it cannot continue its process, because it's like essentially trapped in this bubble. So like, I'm not saying absolutely nothing decomposes. Our own food that has come from this planet is struggling to break down because we have built up so much shit and just thrown it in a pile that it literally prevents things from being able to break down that should be able to break down. You know, I've gone in and out of this phase quite a lot in my life. I've always like, you know, I know I don't help in a lot of ways. But I always like, you know, I cherish that this is our planet. Like I love nature, I love the outdoors. I, you know, again, no, I'm not the most like sustainable living person, but I appreciate what we have. And like the idea of not having that, and the idea of like us destroying it all because we're selfish ass materialistic human beings upsets me greatly. Like upsets me a lot. And I mean, that's just the environmental aspect of it. I'm not even talking about like the socio effects of everything, because that's a whole nother fucking issue that stresses me out even more to get involved in, because I am so aware of my privilege in life, and it almost hurts me just to know like of things happening within our own country, let alone within other parts of the world. It's fucking crazy. Like, it is absolutely insane, and it's one of those things that when I start digging into it, like, it's overwhelming. It is so overwhelming, and it's like heartbreaking, and you don't know what the fuck to do. And I always get really passionate and upset and like start swearing. Speaking of going through products, I'm actually getting through this highlight, but the problem is it's part of like a twofer. So what do I do about the other half of the highlight? It only really works on me in the summertime. So it's kind of still like on my cheekbone, but it's very focused on like the front of my face. I can't tell what side of the sponge I should be using. I want to throw on something on my lips. I want to try this lip liner. Alright, I think this actually is working pretty good. So I actually have like, oh my god, it has that. That's the eyeliner, the small eyeliner I used to use. Oh my god. It like, I feel like I just went back to like a makeup, dance recital. Where I had to, you know, like shove makeup on my face, but I was like crying because I hated the experience. Aww. That's so sad. I got into makeup because I was self-conscious about my face. That is so stupid. Like, I wasn't excited about it. I just was like, cover up. I look ugly. Isn't that so stupid? Like, now I only like it for creative reasons. Because I only, like, not that I'm saying, like, makeup doesn't have the power to make you feel better. It absolutely does. But that's literally why I started wearing it. Because when I did dance recitals, I hated makeup. I mean, I was also a little child, but still, like, I didn't have that story of, like, going into my mom's makeup drawer because I just was having so much fun. Like, no, I, like, hated it. And then I felt the need to start wearing it because I, like, started feeling self-conscious. So stupid. Maybe I should do, maybe I'll do the gray, because the gray is actually not far off from my current lip color. Gray. This is Urban Decay and Abstract. I don't know if this is still available. It was part of the Basquiat collection, which I know you're probably like, wow, thank you, Shelby. Thank you for talking about a product that I literally can't get. I might still throw a gloss over top. I know I'm like, I'm not buying makeup, but like I don't own any lipstick. Like no lipstick, or it's all liquid, and I don't really want that. That quick. I should have done that before putting on my lipstick, but I forgot, so. Shout out! So, this is the look. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sorry that that was like an hour, because it was all things I wanted to talk about, and I feel like I don't do chatty videos a lot, but also I don't shut the fuck up in any of my videos, so you're probably like, you're lying. So leave your comment down below. What are your thoughts on chatty get readies with me? Chatties get readies with me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!